So hi and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a weight reduction on the G303 Shroud Edition Wireless mouse. I'm going to show you how to do this mod down to 62 grams. You're not going to need to damage the mouse in any way. You'll need to take it apart though, and you'll also need a spare battery if you want to get it down to 62. Or you can also do a weight reduction without the battery. Obviously it's going to be a little bit heavier. This is why I class as the easy mod. I did this on Twitch, Bearded Bob. Go check that out. If you want to see anything that I've sped up, you want to see it in full motion. If you're not familiar with this channel, I'll give you the data and statistics to give you the competitive edge of your rivals with glide tests, showing you what's in mice, showing you actuation force, lots of other stuff. So hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you're the first people to find out that information. Now, you're going to need to know how to take this mouse apart, and I've done that in a different video. I've done that in a teardown video. I'll put a link in the description for that. So if you're not sure how to take this apart because it's quite complicated, you need to go check that out first and then come back and then look at this one to do the mod, or you can do this mod first and then come back and see how to take it apart. You can also use the teardown video to see the weights of each component that we've taken out. So for instance, the rear USB tray is 2 grams, the magnets a gram, the power switch is around 1 gram. You can see all the additional weights as well. The battery is 11 grams, for instance, the stock one. All those weights are within the teardown video, so I won't be showing them in this video. All I'm going to show you in this video is how to put it together, leave out some of the screws, show you what bits you can leave out, and so you still get it to function as a normal mouse. So as you can see here, by just removing the rear USB tray, magnet and the power switch, you can save 4 grams nearly straight away. You are going to end up with a hole in the back of the mouse where the USB tray is. On the more complex weight reduction, which I'll be doing and showing you, I do put that tray back on, I glue it back on, I also take some of the weight out. So if you want to see that, wait for the next video. That'll show you how to put the tray back on so it looks like a complete mouse. I'll also put a link in the description for the battery that I'm using. A lot of people have been asking me which battery it is, so you'll be able to go get one yourself if you want. So I'm going to start putting the mouse back together. The scroll wheel goes in first. This is pretty awkward. You probably won't take this out. There's no need to unless you want to do a teardown like I did. You need the splunger to put it back in. I also won't be putting the ribbon cables in because this is just showing you which weight you can get by leaving these components out. If you want to see the later video where we're doing a more complex weight reduction where we're cutting it up and taking out the excess weight you don't need, in that video it'll show you how to construct it back together properly, or you could watch the teardown and replay it backwards. With the metal bar and spring combination in the scroll wheel, you can leave this out to give it a free infinity scroll. It's not quite as good as a G502, but it's not bad. If you do put it back in, you get the notches and you get quite a horrible clicking noise. It's quite a noisy encoder. Some people like it. Personally, I don't. So I recommend putting 2 screws in the switches. You don't want to put 1 in case it moves. It's up to you, but personally, I'd use 2 to secure it. That's one of the things you want to be quite stable in this mouse. You don't want to mess around with the clicks. Then you've got the T-bar PCB component. This one is going to have the side buttons. You could reduce the weight further if you left the side buttons out, which I'll show you on another video. This T-bar though only requires 1 screw to be put back in. It doesn't require any more than that. You've also got the DPI scroll wheel cover here that you can put in. Again, you could leave this off if you wanted, but I'm going for a stock look here. This again requires 1 screw probably in the side, but I put 2 in it in this video. Button wise, I put a screw in the front and the back position of this. Again, you don't want to mess around. You might get away with 1 screw at the front. If you feel it's a little bit loose though, go for a secondary one in the rear. Then with the transparent sides, they did have 3 screws to start with. We can get away with 1 screw in the middle one. They do have clips, but I just put 1 in just to secure it. This is where you'll be putting quite a bit of pressure, so you want to make sure there's a little bit of screwage in there. What's good about this Logitech G305 is there's plenty of clips, so you won't need any screws in the base or anything like that. Be nice and easy for you, still holds together well. PCB, you can put 1 screw in the middle. That should be enough to hold it. It might move around when you put the USB-C charging cable in. If it does, then just put a second one in the front part of the PCB. You won't need one in the rear. That's it all back together. This one's missing the DPI button. I think it's about 0.5 gram. It's also missing the skates and stuff that we'll put onto the scales additionally. And you can also see the hole in the back of it where the USB tray was that we were talking about, that you can seal up later on if you want. You're looking around 69 grams without the DPI and 70 grams with the DPI, saving you around 4 grams. The stock weight of this is 74 grams. Now, if that's not enough for you, what you can do is you can change the battery. So I've got a few versions of batteries here. I've got 100 milliamp, 150 milliamp, and a 200 milliamp. I was testing out which ones are going to be best, which one's going to give you the weight reduction because they're all different weights, which one's already got the right default JST connection so that I don't need to change the power. I need to cut the cables. This is literally plug and play. So the stock battery is 11 grams. The 200 milliamp one, 4 grams, 5 grams nearly. 150 milliamp is just over 3 grams. And the 100 milliamp, that looks a little bit bloated, is around 3.7 to 4 grams. So I've got rid of the 200 milliamp. Don't think we need that. Logitech sensors are very, very efficient, especially on the Logitech G Pro Superlight, which this one's using that sensor from. Therefore, there's no reason for us to change from that. I normally use 100 milliamp in that. We're going to use 150 milliamp in this one. One, because it's got the right JST connection as well. It's also a 3-pin, which is what you need. The cable is a little bit short, so I'm going to have to change where the battery is located. There's a few other options, or you could even extend the battery if you wanted. I'm also using double-sided 3M tape as well. You'll see here, if we put it on the PCB just where the sensors is, it'll hold it there, no problem. And it'll reach the connector as well. That's the only place it needs to reach on the PCB. You could also try it higher up in the skeleton if you wanted, it's up to you. Once you change that battery, you can already see the weight reduction here. You see it's now coming in around 62 grams, which is pretty impressive. Bringing it close to a Superlight, probably where Logitech should have put it from the start. Nice. Next video, I'm going to show you how to get down to 55 grams. That requires some cutting. You won't be able to put that back. This one you can put back. And if you want to check out my teardown, don't forget to go and see that, as well as my first thoughts on the G303. I'll put links to all that in the description. This is what we took out. You can see you left quite a lot of screws out of it. Labels, quite an easy mod. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. See you later. Bye bye.